It's Friday the 8th of February 2013. A very good morning. Welcome to your breakfast primetime news bulletin here on MTV Sports. With news first, I'm Shahin Jurangpati. Let's take a look at your headlines this morning. Human Rights Commission orders the Minister of Health to submit a report on the amputation of the law student's hand. 21 Sri Lankan fishermen who were in Indian custody released. Health authorities say that the reason for the spread of brain fever in Ratnapura is the increase in the density of a mosquito variety known as Culex. Tunisia political crisis deepens. Now for a comprehensive look at those stories, the Human Rights Commission has ordered the Ministry of Health to submit a report on the amputation of the law student's hand at the Colombo National Hospital. Secretary of the Commission, Attorney at Law Nimal Punchiheva, said that the statements received by the Commission shows that the negligence of the doctors and not following procedure has led to this unfortunate situation. According to the statement of the law student who was admitted to hospital following an accident, has filed a complaint with the Human Rights Commission stating that due to the negligence and not following due procedure has caused amputation of her hand. The Human Rights Commission has ordered the Ministry of Health to submit a full report in this regard. Accordingly, the initial investigations has commenced. The Commission is ready to carry out further investigations once we receive the report. The objective of the Commission is to provide some relief to the victim and at the same time to take steps to avoid such incidents from happening in the future. The reason for the rapid spread of brain fever, also known as Japanese encephalitis in the Ratnapura district, has been identified as the increase in the density of a mosquito variety known as Culex.
Director of Regional Health Services, Dr. Atula Dangala, said that this information has come to light during surveys carried out on mosquito larvae by 3 teams of scientists from the Movement for the Eradication of Malaria. He noted that the density of the Culex mosquito in the Ratnapura district has increased up to 55%. Meanwhile, Dr. Atula Dangala further said that a program to vaccinate domestic swines, which have been identified as a main carrier of the disease, has been implemented.
Investigations on the mass grave at the Matale Hospital premises recommenced yesterday under the supervision of the Matale District Magistrate Chaturika Silva. The investigations that commence will be conducted by the Matale Judicial Medical Officer Consultant Ajit Jasena. Our correspondent said that the examinations on the 144 skeleton parts that were found from the mass grave at the Matale Hospital premises were carried out yesterday. Meanwhile, several observations were made in this regard at a press briefing held in Matale yesterday. 144 bodies have been found so far. I saw in the press that Anura Dissanayake had spoken of the presence of about 200 bodies. He said something which the Judicial Medical Officer has not said. According to Anura Dissanayake, there was state terrorism during that time. There were ghosts during that time. Only the ghosts can say how many they killed. It means that the JVP had ghosts those days. If so, state terrorism murdered during that time. But those who were killed are members of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party.
එතකොට රාජ්‍ය ත්‍රස්තවාදයේ දා මිනි මැරුවා. හැබැයි මැරුනේ ශ්‍රී ලංකා නිදහස් පක්ෂ. මම හිතනවා සමහර විට ඔය 89 90 වකවානුවේ නම්
I think in the years of 1989 and 1990, the bodies that were lying on the roads would have been buried here. But the reality is that no one who buried the bodies have been found. There is no one reporting of a missing body. Only bodies have been found. We do not know who killed them and we do not know when they died. So what we can do is close the grave. My personal opinion is that we pay due respect to the skeleton parts that were found and to bury it. 21 Sri Lankan fishermen who were arrested by Indian officials in the Tamil Nadu maritime border have been released. The Ministry of Fisheries said that the fishermen were released with the intervention of Minister Dr. Rajitha Senaratne and the Sri Lankan Deputy High Commissioner's Office in India. 4 fishing vessels that were seized by the Indian security have also been released along with the fishermen. The released fishermen and the vessels include the 6 fishermen who set to sea on the 3rd of January this year from the Nilvalla fishing harbour on board the Nimasha 1 vessel, the 5 fishermen who set to sea on the 13th of January this year from the Cod Bay fishing harbour in Trincomalee on board the Anusha 1 vessel, the 5 fishermen who set to sea on the same day from the Tangol fishing harbour on board the Ashain Puta 1 vessel, and the 5 fishermen who set to sea on the 4th of January this year from the Cod Bay fishing harbour in Trincomalee were on board the Hanshika vessel. The 21 fishermen who are released by the Indian Joint Investigation Committee are currently remaining in the Mahabodhi Viharya. The Ministry of Fisheries said that steps will be taken to bring the fishermen and the vessels down to the country once a release order has been issued by the Ministry of Internal Affairs in New Delhi. Still in local news, the Hatton-Noor-Elia road, which was blocked due to a toppling of a bowser transporting fuel, has been restored. The police said that the block was cleared at around 11 last night.
This bowser transporting fuel from Muthurajawala to the CPC storage facility in Kotagala, Hatton, toppled at around 6 last evening. The bowser had been carrying around 33,000 litres of fuel and a large amount had leaked due to the accident. The officers of the Kotagala fuel station, together with the Dimbula police, had taken measures to change the fuel from the ill-fated bowser to another bowser. The driver of the bowser had sustained injuries in the accident, while the loss incurred has not yet been estimated.
Let's now take a look at the day's exchange rates. Starting off with cricket news, the Sri Lankan women's cricket team will take on New Zealand at 9 AM local time today in their first Super 6 match due to be played in Mumbai. But moving on, World Player of the Year Lionel Messi has signed a new contract with Barcelona which ties him until June 2018. The 25-year-old Argentina forward, who has signed a 2-year contract extension, enjoyed a record-breaking 2012 for club and country, scoring 91 goals. Messi signed a new deal last afternoon and follows Carlos Puyol and Xavi, who both signed their extensions last month. Defender Puyol and midfielder Xavi agreed new deals until 2016. Barcelona are top of La Liga with a 9-point cushion over nearest rivals Atletico Madrid. They play the first leg of their last 16 tie in the Champions League away at AC Milan on the 20th of February. Messi has been in the best goal-scoring form of his career and surpassed Gerd Muller's 40-year-old record of 85 goals scored in a calendar year with a brace in a 2-1 win over Real Betis on the 9th of December. Messi had agreed the contract at the end of last year but has only just signed it. He has scored 8 times in Barcelona's first 5 La Liga matches of this calendar year, including 4 against Osasuna in a 5-1 win on the 27th of January. Last month, he was awarded the Ballon d'Or for a 4th year running, ahead of Barcelona teammate Andres Iniesta and Cristiano Ronaldo of Real Madrid. Pakistan cricketer Mohammad Asif appealed against the ban imposed on him for spot fixing yesterday. Now, Asif appeared before the Court of Arbitration for Sport, or rather known as CAS, in Geneva for the hearing chaired by conflict resolution professional Graham Mill, a practicing lawyer. Salman Butt, who captained Pakistan on their tour of England in 2010, and teammates Asif and Mohammad Amir were banned by an anti-corruption tribunal of the International Cricket Council in 2011 for their roles in spot fixing. A London court also found them guilty and gave them jail sentences for their actions during the 4th test between Pakistan and England at Lord's in 2010. Butt and Asif have pleaded their innocence, but the 19-year-old Amir decided against appealing to the CAS.
I hope, and I will, because the last time the whole case was prejudiced, and I hope this is a fair trial, and I hope for good result.
CAS General Secretary Matthew Reeb said the court would take between 4 and 6 weeks to make its decision. Salman Bad's case will be heard today.
D'accord. The decision will probably take 4 to 6 weeks after the hearing. So the time is necessary for the deliberations of the panel and then to prepare the final award, the final decision.
And that's a Breakfast Primetime News Bulletin. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm Shan Jurangpati. Have a wonderful day ahead of you.